Hey there, vinyl community. Long time no see. I want to take this opportunity to make a quick video, just share some of the recent finds that I've come across, both CDs and some vinyl, some good stuff here recently. So I wanted to share that with you. What we're listening to in the background, hopefully low enough that I don't get dinged by YouTube, is a great project by Kamasi Washington. This is called The Epic. It's a 3 CD set. I'd love to get this on vinyl, but this is definitely more affordable. So found this for, I think, $10 at Half Price Books. But just a really good jazz album. Thundercat plays bass on this, so that's really cool. Really enjoying this a lot. So if you're looking to get into some jazz, this is a really good album. This is like I said, it's a 3-volume set, and it's just really good. It's very traditional sounding, but some newer elements that are there as well. So if you're looking to explore something new and something getting into jazz, I would highly recommend The Epic by Kamasi Washington. It's really good. Again, that's what we're listening to right now as we get started on this video here. So, like I said, some recent finds here vinyl-wise, and I'll get started here. The first one I have is Sting, 10 Sumner's Tales. And this was a really cool find. This was a Netherlands pressing, but man, it sounds really good. This is probably one of my favorite Sting albums. Just has some good stuff on there. If I ever lose my faith in you, Love is Stronger Than Justice, Heavy Cloud No Rain is one of my favorite Sting songs. But this was a really cool find, and like I said, it's a Netherlands pressing, and it sounds really good. So that was a nice find there. Let's see. Next up, we have Government Mule. This is the Telstar Sessions. And yeah, man, just another great project by Government Mule. Warren Haynes, who played spent some time with the Allman Brothers. This is a great project. Just if you like blues and just jam band type stuff, but not like the typical jam band stuff. This is really good. It's a good project, and I would highly recommend anything by Government Mule. I really dig them a lot, and even Warren Haynes' solo stuff has been really good too. So if you're looking to get into some good blues, modern blues, like I said, it's kind of some jam band elements as well. Government Mule would be a good place to start there. So really good stuff there. Next up, Chris Tammy. This is Euphoria, solo project from him. Very good stuff. If you like power pop, singer-songwriter type stuff, this is a great album. He played with Alex Chilton from Big Star at one point, and Peter Holsapple from the DBs. They both were in the DBs together. Another great power pop band if you're into that. But Chris Tammy's Euphoria, it's a really good project. You can find this, I think on Amazon now. It dropped pretty low, so if you want to check something out, like say if you're into power pop or anything like that, Marshall Crenshaw, those kind of artists, Chris Tammy would be a good place to check out too, or a good artist to check out, I should say. So, Euphoria by Chris Tammy. This is one of my favorite singer-songwriters. I just love her. I've always had a place in my heart for female singer-songwriters, and Shawn Colvin, Steady On. This album is just amazing. This is probably one of my favorites from her. A Few Small Repairs was really good too. I love that album. I finally got that on vinyl about a year or so ago. They released, I think it was like the 20 something anniversary release of that, and it sounds really good on vinyl. But this album is just this and Fat City were my introductions to her, and man, just amazing songwriter. Shawn Colvin, Steady On. Next up, Duran Duran Rio. Found a really nice copy of Rio, which I've been looking for. I've got their first album, and I have Notorious. I've been looking to kind of complete my Duran Duran, at least the early Duran Duran albums on vinyl. And this one sounds really good. Just brings back high school memories. But man, such a good album. Just a solid pop record from the '80s. Duran Duran Rio. This next one I found in a $2 bin, which I was pretty surprised. The cover's pretty banged up, but the vinyl the vinyl is in great condition. Sounds really good. This is Cactus Restrictions. This is a really good one. Would really like to find their self-titled, their first album, but that one goes for even like in a crappy condition, about $22 in a lot of the bins that I've seen it, and it's just the vinyl's not in great shape. But the vinyl is in really good shape on this one. Like I said, the cover's a little banged up, but man, good 70s rock. Just some awesome stuff on here. And I was really happy to find that. Again, like I said, in a $2 bin, which was pretty crazy to see that, but very cool to find Cactus Restrictions in there. And then I also found in that same bin, Son of Cactus. This is the new Cactus band. This was after, I want to say Tony Appice left the band, but it's still pretty good. It's not as good as their earlier stuff, but this is a good one, and it was in great shape, so I thought, heck, let's pick it up and check it out. But like I said, not as good as their earlier stuff, but it's still a very good album, solid rock album. So Son of Cactus. I was talking about power pop earlier, and Marshall Crenshaw, who is by far one of my favorite artists. I think just totally underrated as a songwriter and as an artist. But man, he's just this was my introduction to him years and years ago, and I still cannot stop listening to this album. Like this album, whenever like the summertime, this is like, to me, is like one of the perfect summertime albums. It's his self-titled debut. It's a Mo-Fi edition, Marshall Crenshaw. But man, just timeless music, man. Just such a great songwriter. I had the opportunity to see him with the Smithereens last July, I think. And man, what a show! It was phenomenal. They really tore it up, man. It was really cool to see him doing a lot of the Smithereens. Well, they did all the Smithereens songs. I was kind of hoping they might throw some of his stuff in there, but it was billed as a Smithereens show with Marshall Crenshaw on vocals. So, but man, great show, great artist. This sounds amazing too with the Mo-Fi pressing. It's just like I say, it's one of those albums you just put on in the summer and you're just like, man, this is just phenomenal. Roll the Windows Down, crank it up. It's a great album. Pretty much every song on here is great. It's just a really good album. So check out Marshall Crenshaw if you don't know who he is already. Great artist and great album. This next one I found, actually this was an Amazon purchase a while back, but it's Shannon Shaw in Nashville. Really cool stuff. Like if you like Adele, but with a little more guts, this is a great album. It has that kind of '60s feel to it. Dan Auerbach from the Black Keys produced it, and man, it's just a great album. Solid production, solid songwriting. Her voice is just amazing, and like I said, it has that '60s feel to it. Kind of that retro thing that has gone on a lot with a lot of female artists. But this is done really well. This is an awesome album. So if you haven't heard of her or check this out, check out Shannon in Nashville. This is Shannon Shaw. This is a really good record. This next one I was really happy to find. I'm a big Lone Justice fan, and when I saw this sitting in the bin, I was like, oh man, I got to grab that. And this is Maria McKeith's solo record, her first one, and man, just awesome stuff, man. Just I love her voice. Like I said, I do have a soft spot for female singer-songwriters, so really enjoyed this, and really I had this on cassette a while back, but like I said before, a lot of my stuff is gone. It's just I don't know where it is now. So to find this on vinyl, I was really, really happy to get this in the collection. But Maria McKeith's solo record. Robert Palmer, man, I love Robert Palmer. This album, I couldn't believe the condition this was in. This is like, it's like brand new. Like it hasn't even been played. Like it's just very, very clean. The jacket, the vinyl, everything's just really, really good shape. This is a solid record here. This is Secrets, Bad Case of Loving You, Can We Still Be Friends, Mean Old World, Love Stop. It's just a great record all the way through. Love his voice, man. He was such a great artist. Sadly he's passed on, but man, this is a great album, and I was really happy to find this in the condition it was in to put that in my Robert Palmer collection. Next up, found a nice clean copy of The Replacements, All Shook Down. I really like Tim, their album Tim, but this probably is my second favorite Replacements album. I really, really like this album a lot. This is a great record. It's a repressing, but it's in really, really good shape on Sire label. All Shook Down. Let's see, what was the Merry-Go-Round is one of my favorite songs by them. It's just a really cool song. Bent Out of Shape, Sadly Beautiful. Just a solid offering from The Replacements. So I was really, really glad to find that one. And like I said, it's a repressing, but it sounds really good. So I'd like to get some more of their stuff on vinyl for sure. The next couple I picked up just because they were in super duper condition. They were in really good condition, and just wanted to pick these up and put them in my Kansas collection. The first one, it was Mask. A little bit of glare there, but Kansas Mask. This album was in really good shape. It's on the Kirshner label. See that? It's in really good condition. Just a really good album from Kansas. If you like progressive rock, of course everybody knows Kansas, so I don't have to explain a whole lot there. But this was in, like I said, I picked this up. It was in such good shape. I thought, man, I just want to grab that. So good album there. The next one I picked up was the self-titled Kansas. Let's see if you can see for the glare there. But yeah, again, in really good condition. So I was happy to get that one, pick that up. And then also in that same shop, they had a copy of Weezer's Teal album, and really cool album. I've wanted to get this for a while. I know this album gets a lot of slack, but man, it's in really good shape, and it was a good price. But their version of Take On Me, I think, is very cool. Of course, it has the cover Africa, and this is actually on black vinyl, so it's not the Teal album that was released for Record Store Day, but still, just a great album from them, and just really happy to get that. I'm wondering if they've kind of found their niche as a cover band from here on out. But hey, if it pays the bills for them, I guess it's working. So, but anyway, sounds really good on vinyl. And like I said, their version of Take On Me. They also do a version of. There was another song on here that I was kind of surprised. Let's see if I can pull it out here. Billie Jean. Paranoid. This Black Sabbath song. I was kind of surprised to hear that. I was like, wow, that's interesting. It sounds good. And then they do a version of Mr. Blue Sky by ELO that sounds pretty good on here. So anyway, Weezer's Teal album. Next one I found was Quiet Riot, QR3. This is an underrated album, I think, for them. I think Metal Health was their claim to fame, so to speak. But this actually is a pretty good album for them. I always liked that song, The Main Attraction, The Wild and the Young, and then The Twilight Hotel. If you get a chance to look that video up on YouTube, it's pretty cheesy. but it's worth a watch. It's entertaining to say the least. But QR3 by Quiet Riot. Like I said, I think this is probably an underrated album for them. Mental Health obviously was their big one, and then Condition Critical. But QR3, it's a good album. It was like $3, so I had to pick it up. And then also picked up Georgia Satellites' second album. Really, really good stuff here. Dan Baird is just a phenomenal songwriter. Open All Night is the name of the record. But man, just in good shape. Really, really good condition, and really, really like them. Again, I think, again, another underrated band, was kind of a one-hit wonder from the 80s. And I think people had kind of ignored them after that. But, I mean, I think they're great Southern rock. If you like Southern rock type stuff, I really, really dig the Georgia Satellites a lot. So that was a cool pickup. This next one kind of falls in line with the Kansas records. I couldn't pass this up for the condition it was in. I've never seen this album in this good a shape, but it's Rough Diamonds from Bad Company. I almost thought it was a repressing at first when I saw it, but it's actually an original pressing from '82. And man, just in great condition. Just the jacket, the vinyl. I mean, everything's intact. The die cuts are not torn up. I mean, usually I find you see this record in the bins and it's pretty trashed, but this one was in excellent condition. So I was like, I gotta grab that one. So Paul Rodgers, man, what a great voice, great rock voice. Yeah, so couldn't pass that up. Got some 90s stuff coming up here. This one was a cool find. I really dig the Goo Goo Dolls. A Boy Named Goo. Long Way Down, Naked, Flat Top. Man, just a really good album. I think this was a good era for music. When this came out, I remember thinking, man, this was just a great record. Sounds really, really good on vinyl too. So I got a nice copy of A Boy Named Goo. And then speaking of 90s, found a copy of Congratulations, I'm Sorry, from the Gin Blossoms. Again, just a really, really solid release from them, I think. I know not everybody liked this album when it came out, but I really liked them, and I liked their first album a lot. And this album, with Day Job, High Wire, Follow You Down, Perfectly Still, great song. Just a great band, great album. I think their first two, they did a couple other ones, they've done a few others after this. They still are putting stuff out, but there's one that came out, I can't remember the name of it, it has a hotel sign on the front that's really, really good. It kind of reminds me of the first two albums. Everything else from them's kind of been kind of so-so after these two. But that album with the hotel sign is really good. I wish I could remember the name of it. But anyway, Gin Blossoms, Congratulations, I'm Sorry. And let's see, last one for this haul. Found a nice copy of Sunvolt Union. This is their latest album. And Jay Farrar, man, just a great songwriter. If you're familiar with Uncle Tupelo and Wilco, two bands that I really, really like a lot. Sunvolt is kind of an alt country band, if you're not familiar with them. But this is a good album. Trace is probably one of my favorite Sunvolt albums from them, but man, this is actually a really solid release too. So just really, really happy to find that, and sounds great on vinyl. So Sunvolt Union. And then the last one that I found, it's a CD, but I was talking about Chris Stamey earlier. Found a nice copy of Peter Holsapple and Chris Stamey together. See the glare there. Yeah, this is a great album. Two members of, like I said, they come from the DBs, the band The DBs. And man, just a solid release here. This album is amazing. It kind of reminds me a lot. There's some elements of Marshall Crenshaw in there. I mean, obviously power pop type stuff, But man, this album is just phenomenal. The two of these guys together. I don't know if they've done any more stuff together. I haven't looked into that yet. But man, if they have, I definitely want to pick up some more stuff from these two, because this is a great album. Mavericks, it's called. If you see this in the bins, I would highly recommend you pick that up, because it's a really good album. Good songwriting, good musicianship. It's just a solid record throughout. So that's it. That's what I have found so far. So I'm really happy with what I found this time. No good thrift store finds for some reason. I think summer usually is a good time, but haven't had much luck looking in the thrifts. I know with a lot of the Goodwills, there's some issues going on there with them taking stuff that's high value or considered high value and auctioning it off. So I don't know if that's started to kind of trickle down here to Ohio or not. But anyway, not too much stuff there. But these I'm pretty happy with. Pretty happy with the finds that I've got. So looking forward to making some more videos and chatting with some of you guys out there. So hopefully everybody's well, enjoying your Sunday, and until next time, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and happy digging to you. Take care.